What's up, all you cool snakes and neonates? How's it going? We are outside enjoying the sun. So is Alita. She's over there wandering, going places she shouldn't. I'm probably going to have to spend most of this live stream chasing her. Although we'll switch out the animals here and there. Other way, please. Come on. Don't know if there's a way to turn the camera around. If not, I'll just have to do it like that. What you doing? Where's she going? Hopefully she doesn't eat something she shouldn't do on this. Like one of the last times I had it out. There it goes. Enjoying the sun. So yeah, of course this isn't our normal time. What's up, Stefan? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, so this isn't our normal time, but I apologize if some of you guys are working and gonna miss the live. But whenever it's warm enough and there's enough sun, I love to get the animals out and get them some natural UV. Because there's nothing better than a bit of natural UV for them, you know what I mean? It doesn't get much more natural than the sun itself. Um, so yeah, once it's as soon as it's warm enough, my basic rule is if I'm comfortable outside in my t-shirt, they're good. They can achieve with the natural sunlight. They can achieve a good basking spot. Our local adders, our European adder, can actually achieve a basking spot of about 32 degrees. And what they do is the same as what Alita's doing right now. Is they flatten their body out, basically turn themselves into a giant solar panel, and absorb up all that heat. And they can actually achieve more heat than is in the air just through soaking it up. So yeah, as long as I'm warm and there's a good bit of sun, I don't mind having the animals out in the heat for some natural UV because it's good for them. Of course, Alita has a UV bulb in her Viv, but you can't beat the real thing, can you? And it's good enrichment for them too. It's good for them. I'm going to try and adjust this pod if we're going to be doing it like this, guys. Bear with me. So how's everyone doing? How's it going, Stefan? Yes, Stefan. How's it going, Stefan? I hope you're keeping well. A bit better reach on it there. What are you doing? Ah. It's taking its toll on my knees there, so I figured I would sit down on the ground and get down at her level. When we get the snakes out and stuff, we'll put them in the tree over there and we can sit in front of them in the tree and admire them in the tree and things. Can't quite figure out how to flip the camera around on this. It is a bonny day. It's a glorious day here in Scotland. Using the word bonny, I'm imagining you're Scottish yourself. Arachnophila. Bonny. No, I think you were right the first time. I'm pretty sure it's IE, not Y. I could be completely wrong. Embarrassing being Scottish and not knowing, but I'm pretty sure when I write it, I put bonny, IE. But aye, it is a bonny day. Sorting stuff out for your first leopard gecko. Leopard geckos are awesome. Geckos are amazing pets. Awesome pets. Really good, really cheap. They don't need UV, but you can give them UV lighting. They can benefit from it. Yeah, leopard pets are amazing. Leopard geckos are amazing pets. We've got one. I don't know if you've already seen, but we've got Yoshi. Boulder head, as I call him, because he's a big leopard gecko. Everyone that sees him is like, wow, that's a big leopard gecko. He is. He's a big boy. Isn't he, my liters? One of the last times I had Alita out in the garden, she got hold of a freaking chick that had fallen out of the nest. Unfortunately. I hate myself for it, but it happened in the blink of an eye. There's nothing I could do. And because it was on the ground, either Alita would have got it or a cat would have got it anyway. You're a Brit. Well, you're on the same island. Close enough. Arachnophilia. Close enough. Oh, we're going to get a pee. She's doing a wee bum wiggle. She does a bum wiggle before she does a pee. There we go. We're on the move now. That sun is scorching though. I can feel that on my skin. It's crazy. Wasn't so fat I'd have my t-shirt off sunbathing right now. Just chilling out, loving it. It's a beautiful day. So yeah, whenever there's a bit of sun, I like getting them all out, enjoying some UV light. Because the snakes don't all have UV lights, and they're not even on that often. Just keeping the electricity bills down. They just get a couple of hours here and there of the UV lights, just simply to give them some UV. But yeah, whenever it's a sunny day, especially through the summer, they're pretty much straight out. So I figured today we would do tonight's live stream now. Kill two birds with one stone. I'll take all the animals out, get them all UV, and you guys can come along for the journey as well. And anyone that's working just now and can't make it, just comment when you watch it later. And I'm sure it's going to be a pretty cool video with all the animals out in the sun, because it's always awesome seeing them roaming about and doing their thing. Where are you going, Dillies? Alita will sometimes take herself home. Where are you going? Yeah, oh yeah, there's a pea. I thought so. She doesn't drag her tail through it. Oh, where am I going? Yeah, she won't drag her tail through it. Watch her curl her tail around so she doesn't drag it through it. Quite a clean animal, that. Oh, thank you for that live action poop from Alita. I'm going to hose that down so that I don't walk through it later. Yeah, so it would be nice to get the teas out, but yeah, I wouldn't risk it. Curly Whirly, the curly hair tarantula, went into a new home last night. She went into a bigger home. One that's much nicer for viewing purposes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, she's stepped up in the world. She's pretty good. But yeah, I wouldn't take any of the teas outside just for a risk of them running off, getting spooked and all that kind of thing. I don't think they would benefit hugely from the UV anyway, as much as the reptiles would. Oh, we've already had a barbecue here. We had a barbecue, was it last weekend, babe? She's working inside, can't hear me. But we had a barbecue. I think it was last weekend. It was her sister's birthday, so we got our sister down to the garden and we had a barbecue in the garden. A few gingins. Always got to watch her because there's a hole in that decking, the neighbour's decking there, so I always got to watch her and make sure she doesn't disappear into there. Everywhere else is pretty bomb-proof. It's only that decking and the hedge, really, that she can get under. But after the last incident, she doesn't get near the hedge. What are you eating? What are you eating? She's got a snail. You're silly. You're a hunter. She's a really good hunter. She finds everything. She's a nightmare for it. Stop eating wild snails. Is that why you're fascinated with these steps? Is it? You're acting like we don't feed you. Hmm? You're acting like we don't feed you, Elitas. Aren't you? Hmm? You silly baby. Yeah, barbecue was good. Was up at 5:30. Set off 70 teas. Jesus. Oh, put you down this side. Ah, you send me some teas if you want. I'll never turn down some teas. There she is. Walking about the garden. Yes, you enjoy your beers. I think you've earned it if you were up at 5:30 sending off 70 teas. I bet that was fun. That's gravel. Right. You're going in if you're going to behave like that, because I can't keep an eye on you. Trying to eat gravel. Silly girl. You're silly. We're going to get one of the snakes out. Push this. Son. Right, in you go. You silly dog. Right, gravel, babe. Silly girl. Silly girl. Um, let's get Lilith out for a bit. Lilith doesn't get a lot of screen time. And she's nice and small, and she can sit with me and we can chill with Lilith at the table. So that'll be good. She doesn't get a hell of a lot. The Domino's boa. You have 25 left from 600. Jesus, I'm gathering half that 600 were slings. Oh, so, Lilith here. And so, sort the tripod, guys. I'll be with you. Yeah. Yeah, so Lilith here, the Domino's boa, they're a ground-dwelling boa, and she spends the majority of her time burrowed in her substrate. So I don't even have a light in hers because there's no point because you'll never see her. And when she goes into her permanent house, she's going to have a light. But at the present time, while she's in a temporary house, which is a divided viv, I'm not going to put a light in there. All slings. Yeah, I would imagine with that number. That's crazy. Mental. Yes. I don't know what our next spider is going to be. I really want to get cobalt blue. Just depends what people want to donate to the channel. Pennies aren't great just now. Anywhere in the UK, it would have rosy boas. Rosy boas. I'm sure I heard someone mention about them recently. Ask Max if Max comes in the chat, or find him on Facebook. Max Hughes. I know he has a rosy boa. He might be able to tell you where he got them from. Yeah, I think Scott's going to sort me out. Arachnophilia. I'm sure Scott's going to sort me out. He did mention that his cobalts, I think, had just locked. I don't know what the correct term with spiders is. I know with snakes it's locking. I don't know what the correct term is with the spiders, but he just had two cobalt blues locked. So, waiting to see what happens there. I think he's going to send me a couple of slings. Yeah, of course you want a female, but camera's funny on this. I never work out the direction of the camera. I always go the wrong way with the animals. So yeah, little Lilith here doesn't get a lot of sunlight, so it's nice to get her out and get her some of that natural light. I've heard in Madagascar at times you can actually see frost on the floors in the early mornings. It's crazy. But yeah, Kirsten's still like you're growing a few on. Is that cobalt blues you're growing on? Is it? But yeah, Kirsten's still figuring out what sort of teas she likes and what ones she wants next. Cobalt blue's just always been on my list. P Metallica and a cobalt blue is two that's always been on my list. I would love one of those, each of those. Definitely, they're just stunning. You know, just a beautiful piece. Um, we've got the two P Regalis, and I'm waiting to see them grow up, see what sexes we have of them. Even if it's male and female, I don't plan on breeding them. Um, we'll just see what happens. One of the P Metallica slings just molted out now. I would say it's sort of leaving sling sort of size. Yeah, you have cobalts. Metallica is nice. I think everyone wants a Metallica. It's the first sort of beautifully stunning spider everyone sorts of sees, isn't it? The Metallica. You got two, but they're unsexed. Oh, me likes a cobalt. We need to. I'm thinking of building like a shelving sort of system for the spiders that come along and stuff. Or Kirsten's talking about it. 3 Mets. Lucky. You're lucky I've had 3 Metallicas. Very lucky. I don't even have one. Share them out. Share out your. Put this down a bit so you guys can see her a bit better. Yes, share them out. That's better. Well, yeah, as you guys know, reptiles are my forte. I've kept them for about 13 years, probably longer now. Lost count. Um, So yeah, I'm good with my reptiles, but I'm very new in the world of spiders. So we're still, yeah, we're still learning all the names and what sort of species we want and what we like the looks of and all that kind of stuff, you know. But yeah, we're gonna have an insect wall. I don't think we're gonna add scorpions. Neither of us are really interested in scorpions. I got offered a death stalker once, but I don't have a DWA, so I didn't take it. But yeah, I'm not. Scorpions don't really interest us. We love the spiders. The spiders are amazing. Send you a nice boa. I would have had a boa, but unfortunately, he's got a new home. I do rescue and rehome now and then, but the only one left is that hypo male, Keaton, and he's got a new home. We're just waiting for the new owners to finish building the Viv, and he goes off to there, which will be good because then I can sort of rearrange animals and maybe work with the space a bit better and put animals in certain homes and things like that. I have plans, but boas are always everywhere. You can pick up boas everywhere. People buy boas because they're so cheap and then lose interest in them. You see them dumped all the time and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, what I've got here is one of your sort of cream of the crop boas. This is your Dumeral's boa right here. This is not a common boa. It took me about 10 years to find one. Anacondas are nice. I had people pestering me to take a green anaconda, but they need so much. An anaconda needs a full room, and half of that room has to be a swimming pool. And that water has to be heated, it has to be filtered, or at least easy drained, all that kind of stuff. Then you've got to have that for the rare occasion they come on land, you've got to have a hot spot, hot enough for them to dry off so that they don't get infections or rots or anything of that kind of stuff, scale rot or anything like that. Um, it's a lot of work to keep an anaconda, a lot of work. Um, really, it's a bit of a thing with the anacondas eating people. I've seen a 20-foot retic struggle to eat a turkey. Um, they can't really manage full-grown people. They can't open their mouths wide enough to get over our shoulders. A child, quite possibly, yes, but they can't open their mouths wide enough pretty much to get over our shoulders. It would be an extremely, extremely rare example that would be able to eat a person. Um, and to be honest with you, they would see us more as a threat than a food over anything else. But some anacondas down the captive bred generations are really good, really fantastic. Um, I mean, my boy Hunter here, he gets to about the size. He can get to the size of an average anaconda, about 15 foot. Um, Anacondas, on very rare occasion, have been known to get to about 18 foot, and even an 18-foot snake struggle to eat a person. But the thing about the anacondas is they're a wide snake. They're a very large snake. Um, Take it easy, Stefan. It's good chatting to you, buddy. If we're still here when you get back, we'll see you then. Program regards a tribe in South America have a rite of passage. Rite of passage into what? With an anaconda. They got to be eaten by an anaconda. But yeah, they're cool. They're amazing. But they're a hobby in themselves. Keeping an anaconda, it's crazy. No, me and Kirsten were discussing because my lifelong dream is to get a caiman, and we want to get a house out in the country, get our DWA license, and I want to keep a caiman, which will build a big enclosure in the back garden, a big indoor enclosure, and then it'll be like an outdoor section to it as well for the summer. But if I don't get my DWA, because I've applied for my DWA recently, and they don't agree with it in this house, even though it's perfectly fine. They like you to have a separate room for the DWA, and we don't have the space for that right now. For the DWA animals, so I'm just going to apply for it when we move house, when we move out to the country or whatever. But if I don't get my DWA and I don't get my caiman, I'm going to go for an Asian water monitor and build the same outdoor enclosure for the Asian water monitor. So regardless, I'll build the enclosure, and if I get accepted for my DWA, it'll be filled with a caiman. If I don't, it'll be an Asian water monitor. But in theory, I could keep an anaconda in the same sort of enclosure as well. But I would rather have a caiman or an Asian water monitor. Um, Definitely. Well, they have to wrestle it. That's the rite of passage to wrestle an anaconda. That's funny. That is funny. Wild caught anacondas can be quite nippy at times too. But yeah, that's crazy. Imagine annoying a snake like that. You're just asking for trouble. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Enjoy the brew. I do have some gin in the house, but I'll be in and out with the animals. There's no point in grabbing it just now. Can't see the screen very well because the sun right now, but we'll be all right. We'll be okay. As long as you guys can see me and I can sort of make out the chat, so we're all good. But yeah, Lilith here. She's Dumeral's boa. She'll get to about 6 foot. Ground dwelling boa from Madagascar. You need paperwork with these guys. I've got the paperwork for her. Pretty cool. What's it in Scots? Having a brew? I don't know. Pint, drink. I'm not sure. Of course, I would be able to tell you, but she's working away right now. A dram. If it's a whiskey, we're having a dram. It's like a nip. A dram is a nip. Um, yeah, I can't really. My stomach doesn't handle like beers and lagers well, so I don't really have anything like that. I always have. I like my spirits, so I'll have like a gin or a vodka and coke or something like that. That's what I'll have. Yeah, I'm not a big sort of pint drinker. Yeah, Scottish is more like Irish than anything else. Yeah. Well, it's Celtic, isn't it? So it's all sort of derived from the same thing, isn't it? I'm not a terribly patriotic person, and I don't sort of keep up on all that stuff. But yeah, Scottish things to have a dram of whiskey, isn't it? It's your old Scottish thing. But I don't know about down there, but up here, gin is certainly taken off. Gin is the thing that everyone's drinking. I've always liked a gin, but yeah, gin or a vodka and coke is what I have usually. I'll sometimes have like a fruit cider, like a nice pear cider or a strawberry and lime cider with some ice in the on a hot day outside. That's good. I like that. That'll tickle my fancy. But what's she doing? She's doing there. Yeah? Chilling in the sun. There we go. Just chilling out, just basking. Yeah, I think it's the fizz to like beers and lagers. It's like it just does not agree with my stomach at all. Um, Now rum and coke's nice, or Jack Daniels and coke or something like that. But yeah, I think it's the bubbles. Anything fizzy, I just don't agree with. I'm not keen on like a white wine or prosecco or anything like that. I like a red wine, but yeah, if I have like white wine or prosecco, I'll usually put like black currant juice or something in it just to sort of ease the fizz off a bit, make it taste a bit better. I'm not one of these people that drink a drink because it's cool. I'll drink a drink because I like it. You know, what I mean, I don't care if the next guy is more manly than me drinking a beer. You know, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. I'll drink a drink because I like it. I like a strawberry daiquiri. Speaking about that kind of stuff, I love a strawberry daiquiri. Talking about rum and that earlier. Nice strawberry daiquiri on a hot day. That's the way to go. I'm not a pub person. I don't go out to pubs and that. Too many idiots. I prefer to sit in the house or sit in the garden and have a drink in the garden, chill out in my own space, my own sort of comfort zone. I'm not a huge pub person. You're lucky if I go to a pub once or twice a year. Brummy. You saying Brummie or you saying Birmingham there? I got family in Birmingham. Birmingham? Family in Newcastle and Birmingham. Got friends as far down as Portsmouth. She's falling asleep on me now in the sun. She's actually sleeping. Feel bad moving her now. Looks like we're going to have Lilith out for a wee while. Yeah, Birmingham. Yeah, I've got family in Birmingham. I haven't heard from or seen them for decades, like, but I do have relatives down there. Never been to a festival. Um, Kirsten's on about going to download. Kirsten likes a festival or like a music or a gig. I've never been to a festival or a gig or anything like that. So I'm sure Kirsten's going to introduce me to all that kind of stuff. What's up, Mark? How's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it. Nice. Dad was born next to the Villa ground. I'm not going to pretend I know what that is. If that's football talk, I'm not a football person. Or festival. Okay. So I don't know much about any of that stuff. Um, when I went to pick up Hunter, my buddy, we were at Liverpool, and the guy was right next to Liverpool Stadium. So he was like, that was a big thing for him. So it was pretty cool to see. But I'm not. I am well, Mark. Thank you very much for asking, pal. Just enjoying the sun. Little Lilith here has actually fallen asleep in my hands right now. She is actually out cold sleeping. Um, just enjoying the sun. We had a leak out earlier. She had a pee and then ate what I would imagine is a snail from under the step and then tried to eat a bit of gravel. So I wasn't having that behavior. She's never done that before. So I put her back. I can't do this and keep an eye on what she's eating out here at the same time. So I had to put Alita back because I don't want her filling herself up with stones. Luckily, I caught her before she ate the stone, but she wasn't very secretive about it. Mark Sabrummy, are you? You're from Birmingham? Mark. Yeah, I've got family there. An Auntie Joe and Uncle Carl. Yeah, I haven't been down there since I was a kid, though. I've driven past it a couple of times, but I haven't actually been through Birmingham since I was a kid. Weirdly, he lives near to where my granddad is buried. All right, okay. Hi, mate. That's cool. Love it. I bet is it warm down there just now, Mark? You guys enjoying the sun down in Birmingham just now? I guess like 14, 15 degrees here just now. It was supposed to be 15 anyway. The sun's pretty warm. I can feel the sun on my skin. The air has a little coolness to it. I don't like the heat. I'm not a sun worshipper, but I do like to keep it is a small world. It is a very small world. It's crazy. And people I meet throughout life, they always know someone who's close to me or someone who's around me or places. It's crazy. I know people in America or Canada that have contacts with people quite close to me and things like that. It is a very small world. Yeah, we're all enjoying the sun today. That's good. Yeah, I got to watch that it's not too warm when I take the animals out because, of course, as well as not being able to warm themselves up, reptiles can't also cool themselves down. So you've got to be very careful with them. But usually, if I take them out and about on the streets or whatever, I take them for a wander as part of their training. That's one of the parts of because you guys probably know that I do like educational talks at schools and I do like kids parties and things like that. So one of the things I do is I'll just take them out for a walk around the street, just around the block. I'm in America now, um, around the block or along the road or whatever. If they do that well, bumping into people, people usually pet them and interact with them and stuff. And then when they do that well, I'll sometimes take them to a park where like they can interact with kids and things like that. Of course, after interacting with kids in my house and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the sort of training they go through. But right, Mark, I'll see you in a minute. But yeah, I always take a pillowcase with me just in case it gets too cozy for the animal. You can tell if the animal's getting uneasy. and I'll plonk them in the pillowcase and let them cool down for a bit and take them home. But black over the bill's mothers. What's that mean? Oh, the weather can change, I think. Black over Bill's mother. Aye, so it's like saying there's clouds on the horizon. The weather could change any moment. Yeah, I get that. I can get that saying. Black over Bill's mothers. Yeah, I never heard of that one before. Black over. Try to think of it in a Brummy accent as well. Maybe different. How often do I teach? With COVID and stuff, it's sort of been a bit iffy. I average out about one event a month, basically, is what I average out about. Whatever, I sometimes get two a month, and then sometimes I'll get a whole month. This whole month, I've not had a single party in. It just all depends, but it averages about a party or an event a month, basically, that I do. With the animals, and the animals are always flawless. I mean, like some Marley, I've had him for about 10 years, and he started off just with like trick or treaters. I would take him out to like trick or treaters and all that kind of stuff, and they would get to see him as a sort of trick or treat kind of thing, and it sort of went on from there, you know. Yeah, I don't know any from Brummy. I know a couple of Newcastle ones, but no Brummy ones. Pardon me. But yeah, it's always been a lifelong dream of mine, and it wasn't something I was going to jump in and do with no knowledge, you know. I've known people that have kept reptiles for like a year or two and then decide they want to try and educate people, which is fantastic, but they sometimes don't know the right facts or don't know a lot, you know. It's really hard to talk for like an hour and a half about the animals, especially with kids. You try to keep them entertained. And I find switching out the animals usually works well. Um, Same shit, different bucket. More same shit, different day, is it not? Same shit, different bucket. Yeah, that works too. I'm guessing sayings and figures of speeches and stuff like that all change. They're the same but different. Same shit, different bucket. I say same shit, different day. He's a Miller. What's a Miller other than a beer? She a Miller drinker? I can't believe she's gone to sleep with me in this sun. That's fantastic. Hey, CB Ghettos. Yep, just chilling out. Enjoying the sun. Surname. Okay. Is that a Scottish surname? But yeah, I feel bad moving this girl. Quite cool that she's fallen asleep because she's a very tense animal, Lily. Um, she's not on edge. She's just extremely strong and extremely tense. She's funny. That's good. I always like people that can make people laugh. I always have a respect for like comedians and all that kind of stuff. It's always good to make people laugh, make people smile. I often find that comedians are quite intelligent as well. They're often quite smart people. Scots Brummy laughs. Yeah, that's quite a mixture. It's two loud kind of people, I suppose. What, you woken up now? We're talking about you. You've woken up. Hmm? Is you woken up? Hmm? You little Carol Baskins. I was having a Carol Baskin. There's a reptile figure of speech for you now. Of course, it's only come around since the Tiger King, but Carol Baskin. You having a Carol Baskin? Of course, it means to have a Baskin. Yes, loud. You get loud and quiet people everywhere. Quite a quiet person. I like to think of myself as, what you saying? Eh? What you saying? You enjoying the suns? Joe Exotic on TV. The problem is with documentaries and stuff like that is they never show the full picture. They show what they want to show. I mean, I have no doubts that Joe Exotic was probably quite an annoying guy, but yeah, I never trust a documentary, especially one made like that. Um, it was like the one they did in the UK as well. They only show what they want to show. You know what I mean? I spoke to Gary from that documentary yesterday, and he says that they were filming at his house for like 2 days, and they didn't show any of the large enclosures or the walk-in enclosures. They just showed like the smaller stuff and all that kind of thing. Um, so document never take a documentary as gospel because they do it for the entertainment value. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, they do. Documentaries, they show what they want to show. They'll catch the words that they want to catch. They'll be like, right, that's it. We've got what we need. You know. Never trust it. It could be entertaining to watch and funny if you know what you're watching, but yeah, never take a documentary as gospel. You can guarantee when you have a documentary, they've taken. You're not seeing the full picture. You know. Um, Unless it's like a documentary by someone reputable like David Attenborough or Mark O'Shea, or now that he's passed, but back in the day, like Steve Irwin and all that kind of stuff. Hello, prettiness. Um, but yeah, a documentary like that is just pure entertainment. Um, I mean, they would put me on a documentary and probably make me look well. They would take words that I put and bend it. You know what I mean? So, you guys know I'm all about the education and the appreciation. But it's like when I worked on the pig farms. There was a pig farmer down south. I'm an outdoor pig farmer, and these animal rights people took a picture of a runoff field. So his farm was on a slope. Apparently, it was one of the cleanest pig farms around, like crazy. What's up, Max? How's it going, buddy? Thanks for joining us. But yeah, and these animal rights people took a picture of the runoff field and were like, "Look at the conditions the pigs are living in." The rest of the farm was like something out of a magazine, you know. And the guy ended up like getting loads of hate and ended up having to close down because of all the hate he was getting. So pictures and documentaries and stuff can tell a completely different story to the actual truth. And the thing about documentaries is they're made for entertainment. If they make a boring documentary, nobody's going to watch it. They're not going to get the ratings. Now that internet is around, TV struggles as it is. Like shows that were getting like 2 million views back in the day are getting like 100,000 views now on TV and stuff. So TV struggles. So you can guarantee what you're seeing on TV is made for the entertainment. You know, we all tread a fine line. You're right. Yeah. No, you've not missed it, Max. You're here. You're here. You missed Alita trying to eat gravel, but other than that, you've not missed much. Just Lilith here was sleeping in my hands for a while there. She fell asleep on my hands. But yeah, Alita was misbehaving, so I put her on the naughty step. She's back home now. Do you want to share Arachnophilia? On you go. Yeah. Always welcome to share the videos around and stuff. Like I say, you guys know I usually do this at 8 o'clock, but because it was sunny, I like to get the animals out to enjoy some natural UV lighting because it's very good for them. So I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone, and I'd do today's live stream on just through the day while I had the animals out in the sun. You know, saves getting them out twice, and it saves means you guys get a different view as well, rather than just me sitting in the house. You guys can see us out in the garden and the animals in a completely different light and all that kind of stuff. Get chicken on. I don't even know what we're having for tea tonight. I don't even know if we've picked it out yet. No idea what we're having for dinner. Coming around your house, we'll have some chicken. But good for Lilith to get some UV as well, because she lives under substrate most of the time. So it's good for her to get some natural UV and some of that vitamin D, which is always good. Providing the weather's right, of course, you don't want to freeze them and you don't want to cook them. Believe it or not, it can get too hot. in Scotland for them. So just because it's roasting doesn't mean the animal should be out. Last year there was a couple of days that were just far too hot to take them out in, so they had to stay inside. But yeah, today is fine. They can achieve a higher basking temperature than the actual temperature in the air anyway. We were talking about this earlier. Hello, what you saying? Oh, thank you. Get on my eye, thank you. But yeah, if they're too hot, it's better to have a too cold animal than a too hot animal. You'll kill them a lot quicker with heat than you will with coldness, that's for sure. You'll do a lot more damage with heat too. Seen neurological issues with snakes and things like that from being too hot. Um, Mark's back. Told you you'd be back. I'll be back. You could have done an Arnie there. Everybody into the chopper now. That was a poor Arnie. Yeah, it's maybe colder up by you, Max. I don't know what it is up by you, but it's like 14, 15 degrees here. And the back garden's sheltered, so there's like no wind. So we're pretty good here. Um, what? You're freezing in there. Kristen always feels the cold though. But she's in a cold corner. That corner that our computer's in the living room just seems to be really cold, eh? Even I get cold sitting in that corner, and Kirsten gets cold on. It'll be like plus 30 degrees, and Kirsten will be shivering. Yeah, I'll be colder with you, Max, because you're way up north. Feel for you, buddy. But yeah, it's amazing the basking temperatures they can achieve. Our local adder can achieve 32 degrees. If you've ever seen them, they flatten out like a pancake, like their adders. They go like just pure flat, like a cobra's hood all the way down their body. And they flatten right out and they turn themselves into a little solar panel. I've heard of stories of adders even basking on top of snow, actually being out on top of the snow, flattened out, basking in the sun. Absolutely crazy. But it's probably why, one of the reasons that they're your most northern sort of, the most northern found snake on the planet. I don't know about reptile because I'm pretty sure wherever you can find adders, you can find common lizards, but don't 100% quote me on that. But Mark's about 17 degrees. Like I said before, I'm not a sun worshipper. I don't like the heat. Right now, to be honest with you, is absolutely perfect for me. Absolutely perfect. There's a wee bit of warmth in the sun, but there's a breeze as well that's just keeping the heat off. To me, right now is absolutely perfect. I could live in this temperature right now. What you doing? But yeah, my granddad was a sun worshipper. He loved the sun, but nah, I don't like the heat. I don't deal well with the heat. I don't work well in the heat either. Can't concentrate in the heat. I hate it. Yeah, this time of year, this temperature is just perfect. It just gets far too hot in the summer. It's funny when you tell like American people, like it gets freaking scorching in the summer in Scotland. They're like, "What?" Because I think a lot of countries abroad think it just rains all the time in Scotland. It has that reputation. I mean, you're probably right if you're talking about the West Coast. Apparently, it rains all the time over there, but here in the East Coast, yeah, it's some freaking hot summers. Like, and you're just chilling. But yeah, Lilith's out and chilling. And you sweetie. Very slow growing snake, this. At one point last year, I think a lot of the animal, or a few of her Hunter and Mordecai were about the same size. And she's only about, this time this year, she's only about 2 foot. Hunter's like 6 or 7 foot now. You know what I mean? It's crazy the growth difference. These guys are stupidly slow growing, the Dumerils boas. You can see her there. You couldn't do that with Hunter. You couldn't have Hunter on the screen like that. Heard that too. Plenty of common lizards up here. Closest none of them. Yeah, I never trust the adder sighting websites either because they seem pretty crazy when adders are on the decline. And they're like, I've seen an adder. I don't think you've seen an adder. I think you've seen a twig. Yeah, that'd be amazing. The problem we've got with our local adders is the males wake up from hibernation or brumation first, and they travel. The females don't really travel. The females sit in the same places. The males travel between colonies and sort of spread the genes out. The problem we've got is our roads and settlements are interrupting the males from traveling. So they're staying in the same colonies. So the colonies of adders now are getting extremely inbred. Um, as it is, I think like 75% of all the litters die off just with winter alone, and then you've got the inbred factor on top of that as well. So our adders are on the decline. It's something I want. It's one of the reasons I was applying for a DWA, because I would like to try and keep adders and do something about that, and work with the right organisations and see about breeding them and reintroducing them and things like that. But some of the things they were talking about in the DWA was crazy. Like they wanted the vivariums raised off the ground. Now that's only giving an escapee somewhere to hide. That's a stupid thing. Like some of their terms were pretty silly. Eyes on a swivel. Balfouri, what is that, Mark? What is that? You have a colony of that you're rehousing. I'm not going to pretend I know that. No, Max didn't know either. Yeah, you guys want to enlighten me because I can't Google that right now. What is a Balfouri? Is it? I'm guessing it's an insect or a spider. Well, spider is an insect. But you know what? Tarantulas. Okay, so it is a spider. Nice. An escapees. So that's like the king snake. The king snake is an escapee. King snakes love to escape. So it's like the king snake of the spider world. Then recently rehoused um, Milkshake. I always forget Milkshake's name. Recently rehoused Milkshake, and huge thanks to Max in the comments here, guys. This guy's Max. He donated a set of lights to us for that. We were talking about lights, and I was like, I don't have money for lights just now. And he went and ordered me some next day lights. So again, I know I keep saying it, Max, but huge thank you for that, mate. It properly took me back. I was so shocked when I like received it through the door. I was like welling up and everything. I was like, oh my god, someone bought me something. I was like, so thank you very much. Thank you very much, Max, for that. Good morning, world of reptiles. Is that Tevans? Tevians? Tevians? I'm really rubbish at pronouncing certain things that come up on this. Oh yeah, I forgot I can favorite comments on this. I always forget that. Good morning. Well, it's actually afternoon. It's 3:10. It is 3:10 where I am, Emma. But yeah, thank you, Max. You're a star, mate. It's also going, just to warn you, a thank you is also going in this weekend's YouTube video. I've not even filmed it yet. I'm supposed to be measuring and weighing all the animals, and I've not even filmed it yet. I've filmed bits and bobs, but I've not done the main part of the video yet. American bros are always welcome. Yeah, they all across the pond, as they say. Yep, everyone's always welcome to come and say hello. Oh, don't want to remove myself from stream. Oh, I can remove people from stream. I've had enough of that reptile rich guy. I'm going to remove him from stream. I really shouldn't touch things while I'm doing a live stream because it I muck things up. I'm not the most technologically minded person. I'd love to go over to America and view. I'd I'd like to go over to America and like do like a YouTuber tour of like the people that inspire me, like Tyler Nolan, Chandler, Camp Kennan, all those kind of stuff. I'd like to go visit Nerd. I'd like to go visit Brian, Barchek. Yeah, I would just love to go over to America and just do a tour of like all the people that inspire me and all that kind of stuff. That would be amazing. But prices over there are expensive. I don't have a passport. I've never flown and been abroad in my life. I've really bad anxiety and panic attacks with like crowded places and new places, and that would definitely be. I flew down to London once to go visit a friend in Portsmouth, and the anxiety and panic attacks I had like near killed me. It was horrible. I'm a fan of Camp Kennan. I don't trust you if you're not a fan of Camp Kennan. He's a fantastic guy. The conservationist like me loves to inspire sort of conservation, preservation. Same with Tyler, he's the same. He's just the same, exactly the same, just with a bit more energy. That's one of the things that people don't like about Chandler is his energy, but I love it. I think it's fantastic. It'll be great for like younger generations, getting them involved and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if that was a wasp that just landed on me there. Seen one in front of me, and then I had one land behind me. But Chandler's energy is great. A lot of the venomous keepers have a problem with Chandler because of his energy, but you can't go wrong with a bit of energy. I mean, look at Steve Irwin, Chandler with his energy. It gets people excited, you know what I mean? And like I say, it's going to be great for younger generations. If you've got someone sitting there like, this is a king cobra. It's the largest venomous snake. Well, nobody's going to care, you know. You got Chandler dancing about, and he's like, "Look at this! This is amazing," you know, and all that stuff. Kids are going to get sort of involved in it and all that kind of stuff, you know. So you've got to have a bit of energy. That was one of the first things that drew me to Brian was a couple of years ago. You know, his energy and all that kind of stuff was great. I know people have problems with Brian, but you can't deny the fact that Brian does fantastic for the hobby. He turns non-snake people into snake people, you know. He's absolutely great like that. Um, yes, Chandler's facility. I think I'll hold off until he's finished his facility though, because it sounds like it's going to be pretty cool. I think Tyler Nolan's working on building the facility and stuff like that as well. Um, or looking for a building. I don't know if he has a building yet or not, but they're all living the dream that I want to live. You know what I mean? I want to get to that point someday. It doesn't happen overnight, and we can only dream. Just keep at it, keep doing what we're doing. I'd like to do something like that over here. I'd like to have my own sort of version of Brian's Reptarium over here. People come in and get educated and stuff. What I would like to have is like some a DWA or something like that, and then have like some sort of. I would like to build like a giant glass cube that I could stand in with some sort of venomous snake and interact with it, and then people could see like me interacting with the venomous snake and see that it's trying to get away from you and not coming at you, and you know, remove all that stigma of like snakes attacking people and all that kind of stuff. Like people see it with their own eyes, you know, it would be different. That's what I would love to do, something like that. Anyway, yes, his neighbours are certainly making it interesting for him, Max, aren't they? Talk about Muppets, yeah. Come over here, I'm going to shoot it with my gun. Yeah, okay, buddy. Get back to breeding with your sister. Yeah, it's absolutely stupid what's going on with his neighbors. Ridiculous. He's they're like saying that he was like 17 and all that kind of stuff. Had a bear or something, did they not? But he didn't do much favors because they said he had a bear, so he went out and bought a dog that looks like a bear. Crazy. I love it. That's the sort of thing I would have done. But yeah, his neighbors are certainly not making his life very easy, which is an absolute shame because he's achieving his life dream, you know, and now he's got that to deal with. They're holding like secret committees and stuff. Not that anything's going to happen with it because he's all fully licensed and all that kind of stuff. So I'd imagine he's going to be good. They'll just tell them, you know, it's his land, he owns it, he can do what he wants on it because they probably want to eat them. Yeah, the animals, yeah, probably. You wrote to his local authorities. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Chandler is fantastic with his education. I've learned so much from Chandler. And for being so young, he's only 23, and his knowledge and handling like techniques are absolutely amazing. And he knows his limits too. Like he talks about like certain people do things, he's like, I couldn't do that and stuff. So it's not as if he's like showboating and pushing himself beyond his capabilities. Chandler knows what he's doing and he knows his limitations, you know, which you've got to have a huge respect for that. When he was at his last facility, he slept in the garage of the facility. He didn't have a house. He slept in the garage of the facility where the animals were on a blow-up bed to save money for where he is now. I mean, that's mental. That's dedication. You know what I mean? That's absolutely. When I learned that, that blew my mind. Um, yeah, I think it was absolutely fantastic. There we go. I'll remove the comments so you guys can see Lilith a bit better. I think we'll change animals, guys. Who do you guys want to see next? Because Lilith, I think, has hogged a lot of the sun, although she's entitled to it because she's beautiful and I love her. Hey, my sweetie. She's the angriest looking snake that I own. Cameron never picks up, but she has really angry eyebrows above her head. She always looks so angry. Well, let's get someone else, guys, and let someone else enjoy the sun for a minute. Oh, sun blind! I can't even see in here. Woo! Ah, I need to put your house back. You can have that. Hunter, you want to see Hunter out next? How did I know that was coming? How did I know that was coming? Right, well, I'll put you guys up here for 1 second while I grab Hunter. There we go. We've got Hunter. Got our beautiful boy Hunter. He gets out in the sun quite a bit. I often put him in that tree and get some good pictures of him in that tree behind me. Oh, there we go. We have Hunter is in the sun. The legless giraffe. Take it easy, Arachnophilia. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. You have two Dumerals and they look angry all the time as well. Yeah. Yeah, they have that like eyebrow above their head. I don't know if all of them have it, but I noticed she has it and she just looks so angry all the time just because of these eyebrows. It's like a girl tattooing their eyebrows on them. Yes, you've got to grab the sun in the UK. Take it easy, buddy. That's what I'm doing today, getting all the animals out to enjoy some UV lighting and all that kind of stuff. Although we're kind of away from the sun now. I wonder if I could put him in the tree and we can get some shots of him in the tree, under the tree. Change the tripod up a bit. I'm still live. Yes, I am. Welcome back. See if Hunter wants to go and sit in the tree. No? You wanna go up in the tree, pal? Wanna go check it out? I like to put him in the tree. It's a natural sort of setting. It looks amazing in there. I don't know if the camera picks up his sort of iridescence or not. There he goes, enjoying the trees. Maybe not. Are they going to go straight down? There he goes, chilling out in the tree. He'll probably just come straight down and go in the grass like he often does. He's a silly man. But I like to let him sort of chill out. He loves to explore this snake. Like, see at nights when he's just wandering the living room, he just loves exploring and checking stuff out, checking new things out, all that kind of stuff. But He's absolutely fantastic. I like to let him wander as well because it gets him used to it for like when he's like 15 foot or whatever. I'm using him at schools and things like that. It'd be good for him to be able to sort of wander freely and we not have to worry about him getting spooked. Something that happens often with young boas is they get on the ground and they get spooked with wide open spaces. I've seen it happen a few times. Um, and it's often sometimes hard to even get them back from it once they've been spooked. He is gorgeous, Stefan. He is. He's a beautiful boy. But the berm seems to be pretty bomb-proof with that. But that's why I don't use Mordecai for the parties because I put him on the ground once and he sort of started to get a bit uneasy. And I didn't let him straight on the ground. I just sort of sat on the ground with him and let him sort of get away from me, kind of thing. But it's pretty cool because I've got him on the phone and I've got his reflection in the phone as well. I can see his reflection right now. You're beautiful. Hmm? You're handsome. You're handsome. You're a beautiful man. Stunning snake, this one. Absolutely stunning. And yeah, you're a beautiful boy. Yeah, he's probably going to come back to the ground and stuff like that. But another thing you ever have to watch with him, of course, being a Burmese, is that he doesn't go into feeding mode. But he doesn't tend to do it outside. It's only in his viv that he does it, so that's good. Um, he always watches body language, his tongue flicks, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he's doing well. Because Burmese in the tree. I wish I could figure out how to turn this camera around. I'm not going to push buttons because you guys know what happens when I start pushing buttons. He is about a year and a half old. I think he's just over a year and a half old. So he's just over a year and a half old and about just over 6 foot. Um, we're going to measure him properly for this weekend's YouTube video, or try to anyway. It's really hard to get an accurate measurement off of them because they could their contract and expand. There's each in between each sort of spinal like vertebrae. They can contract and expand, and they can gain a foot just by sitting differently. So yeah, we'll see. We'll get that. I reckon he's just over 6 foot is what I think he is, which is a really good growth rate for a Burmese. Take it easy, Max. Good speaking to you, buddy. But yeah, I mean, for over a year and a half and about 6 foot long is really good growth rate for a male Burm. He's not power fed. He's slow fed, all that kind of stuff. So I'm in no rush to have a monster snake. I'm checking out that tree branch. There's Dundee music in the background. Common sound in Dundee. He's just chilling, loving life, getting some UV rays. I could probably leave him alone there, and he would just chill out and not really do anything. Fascinated with that tree. There must have been a cat or something scented that tree because he's sniffing it like crazy just on that one spot. You know, my man. What you do, Vince? Hmm? What's up, Tony? How's it going, mate? I'm having a good day. It's sunny. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Yeah, we just got some animals out, enjoying the sun, get some natural UV into them, get them all that vitamin D and stuff, all that goodness. Do that as often as I can. They have UV lights in their vibs, but you can't beat the real thing, you know what I mean? So whenever it's warm enough, take them out. He's actually warmer now to the touch than he was when I first pulled him out of his viv. The Burmese like it cold. They're from sort of they spend most of their life in like swampy areas, so they do like it quite cold. So he was actually colder when I took him out than he is now in the sun. Crazy. I've got you guys on my data so that I don't lose you going in and out of the house with all of the animals, which is of course eating my battery up. But never mind, we're all good. He's just chilling down there. Loving life. He loves to explore. He loves to sniff like new smells and stuff. It's crazy watching him wander the living room at night. Let him out for a wee bit, and he just loves just chilling. That's it. A bit of vitamin D. At least this way, I know that they're definitely getting it because there's so much contradicting information on what lights to use and what UV lights to use and what strength and all that kind of rubbish. So at least I know if they're in the natural sunlight, they're getting the real deal and they're getting the proper vitamin D and all that kind of stuff. I mean, yes, snakes are nocturnal. They can live a life without UV, but in the wild, they are going to bask in it to digest and all that kind of stuff. So they are going to utilize the sun at some point in their life. Um, so I do like to give them it as often as possible, in the hope that it benefits them, and um, yeah, we can have him for as long as possible. Because properly cared for, he can live about 40 years. This guy. So yeah, I'm hoping to see that out of him. So we will see. There's the wee man home. See how it goes. But yeah, so we're on year 2 of 40. So I'm sure there will be plenty more of this guy on the YouTube channel in the future. Anyway, but yeah, he's just chilling out in the tree, enjoying life. Welcome to the jungle. Take it easy, Tony. Hope you have a good day. Oh, what's that? Does that smell funny? Oh, does that smell funny? Yeah, I like to appreciate the animals and out in the sun, some natural light. So I figured you guys would like to see that as well. My stand was loose on my tripod there. But yeah, not sure who we'll get out next in the sun. Maybe Mordecai for some UV goodness. Get the red tail out. You guys will see his tail in the sun. Um, yeah, he's fine at this size, but when he gets to about 10 plus foot, he's going to be a handful to get him out of the tree and all that kind of stuff. Danger, my man. He has iridescence on him, but of course he's quite light colored, so you don't see them that much. You don't see them that well. But the sun does just bring out his natural color just absolutely amazingly. He's still exploring. Wanna come and see Dad? Hmm? You wanna come and see Dad? It's gonna be fun trying to get him out of this now. Probably gonna have to set you guys down. I think he knows I'm away to take him out of his tree. Come on, like, have a kiss at me. He is a strong snake. Come on. There you go. Oh. What a fight. He did not want to go home. He was loving that tree. Loving the tree, my man. I think we're gonna have to turn the seat around for the sun, I think. Yeah, because the sun's sort of that direction now. But let's go and get Mordecai out. And we'll just do one more with Mordecai and then we'll end it there, guys. Summer passed away. Yeah, so I still need to film or finish filming this weekend's episode. Whoa, there he is, back home. Here's him. So we'll just take the red tail out in the sun because I know you guys are going to want to see Mordecai in the sun. Even for the people that are going to watch this after it's gone live. Entirely sure where he is. His glass is all steamed up. Right, we have a Mordecai. Let's watch his colours transform as he hits the sun. Look at that. Right, we're going to sit here. Oh, I'm on an uneven. Oh, don't want to deck it. This doesn't seem like a very good chair. Thought you guys would want to see the boy Mordecai. Because everyone loves Mordecai. And the sun just makes him even better. See if I can get this back a bit. There. Water, stay hydrated. Oh. So yeah, I know you guys love Mordecai, so I figured you'd want to see that red tail in the sun. Because it really does pop in the sun. Looks good. Nice way up. Hiding under me beard now. Not very good for you guys to see him. He's hiding under me beard. But there is that iconic red tail. Yes, that is a oh damn, isn't it, Stefan? He is a beautiful boy. Now he's coming around the other side. Now he's growing. Like I say, he was about the same size as Lilith when I first got him. He's now about 4 foot. 4 foot, good size. Nice, not fat, but strong body. Doing really well. There you go. Oh, there you go. There's a good shot of that iconic red tail right there. Isn't that pretty? Every time I have him out and I see like non-snake people around the house, like, have you got 2 snakes on you? I'm like, no. And I always think I've got 2 snakes on me. Kirsten's had it as well. But no, that's just his pattern. It's just how he looks. He is just a very pretty boy. That is Mordecai in the sun. There you go, it's getting big. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. As always, if you haven't already, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a great day. It's been a pleasure chatting to you all. Take it easy. Peace.